me skulls, what's going on? It's Andrew, Order6 here, and today I stayed home because I was sick, but my iPhone ended up coming today. So I have my 4S over here, just to do a comparison, and this is the 6. So if I open this up, there's the very bad packaging of the iPhone 6. And maybe lift this out. There we go. And there's nothing else in here. Move that off to the back. Over there. I'm doing this in a new spot because I don't feel like getting my whole camera set up. So I'm going to cover this. I don't know if there's anything valuable down here, but I did get the 64GB version. And it comes with earpods and the microphone version. You have the NFC, the GPS, and everything. And I'm going to cut this open then. There we go. And then get off that plastic. So obviously this is the case. It's got the size of the phone-ish. iPhone, nothing. iPhone, nothing. And the specs and stuff are on the back. So let's lift this off now. And hopefully everything will be good. Ooh! That looks really pretty. So we have the pull tab to lift it out. And it is very thin and very cold. Look at that. Compare that to my 4, I guess, inside the case. There's a big difference there. I'm going to set that aside for now, though. It looks really great. So obviously, because of the protruding camera, there has to be a spot for it. Then we got the tray it sits in, lift that up. And on the back, you always have the Apple stickers and stuff in here. So this shows where everything's at. That's normal. Nothing on there. iPhone info, and then Apple stickers, which are very big because the phone is bigger. So if I get this back in there, then in the box we have our lightning cable, our charger, and of course our Apple earpods with the carrying case. I'm not going to unbox these because I'll just do that, because there's not much to open on these, and yeah. First, take this case off because I want to show you how exactly thin these two are compared to each other. So this is the 4/4S size. This is the 4S to be exact, but this is the 4S size here, and this is the 6. So there's the size difference if you're wondering. So this is the space gray iPhone compared to the black iPhone 4S. And yeah, let's rip this plastic off now. That was nice. And it is extremely thin. Comparing the two, obviously we have that protruding camera. Because it's so thin, the sleep-wake button has moved to the side so your hand can fit it. We have the home button with the fingerprint scanner. We have the headset jack, the lightning port. We have, I believe this is the microphone, and then we have the speakers, SIM card tray. On the right we have the lock rotation switch button, the volume rockers. On the back we have the camera, the microphone, and the dual LED flash. And this feels really nice. It is kind of slippery. but luckily I do have a casemate case for it, which I will put on later. But that doesn't matter right now. You see how beautiful this phone is. We got the NFC bands here for the NFC waves to pass through, but right now let's turn it on, do the first boot up. This is going to be more of a probably a two-hand phone, at least for me, but I can almost reach the top corner of the screen when holding it. I can definitely hit the power button with my thumb, and if I want to, I can hit this. So it's almost one-handed, but probably going to be two-handed until my hands get a little bit bigger. Oh, first we see Hola and no service for some reason, because I have to set it up. So that sounds nice. Listen to that. I'll put it up next to the microphone. That's the home button noise. There we go. I've got, I'd say 75% battery there. Let's swipe here. English. Apparently I'm on AT&T Edge. So now my phone over here soon will come off of that. But according to this, I'm on Edge, which I shouldn't be. I'm in United States. I can go on to my password, so 1 second. Hopefully, yep, there we go. And then it's going to start activating my phone. Sorry about that, my personal number and stuff had to be set up, so I agree to the terms and conditions, obviously, agree, and then I'll continue to set up my phone. Still going. Hey, here we go. Yes, enable location services from iCloud backup. And I'll put in my Apple ID. Okay, so now I'm at more terms and conditions. Gonna agree to those, of course. Then it'll set up my Apple ID and do the thingamadoohickey. And then I will choose my backup. And then it'll restore my settings and everything. So I can get, all my contacts and things that I have saved. But really, this looks, I'm looking at this phone, it's so nice and thin. It's got this rounded edge, which Apple boasted about the whole time. The focus on it, probably won't though. But it's got nice rounded edges.
You mind if I sit down?
And it's great. This is gonna take a while, it seems, so I'm gonna have to let that do its thing. I am a little worried about shooting camera because I don't want it to scratch, but hopefully it doesn't happen. This phone looks really good. I'm glad I don't have to worry about now having a glossy display, and or like I do have a glossy display, but having a glossy back, so I don't have to worry about cleaning that before putting it and taking it in and out of the case. And now I am out of service on my other phone because it's set up the other phone. So now this is just basically a Wi-Fi only phone, and this is gonna take a long time, it seems. So I will just probably put it back in its little tray here. Well, it does it. Apparently it'll take about 30 minutes. So I'll come back when it's finished. Okay, so it is now powered back on. It wants me to, there we go, update completed. My phone was updated successfully. Now I just have to do a couple more things. Choose another Wi-Fi network, I'm already on that. So, let's go over some. It's 5.44 inches tall, and it's 6.7 millimeters thin. Or no, 6.9 millimeters thin, and it's 2.6 millimeter or 2.6 inches across, and it weighs 129 grams, which is 4.55 ounces. Let's see, I want to find my iPhone. Yes. I'll set up Touch ID actually. So I've never done this before, so let's do that. There you go, I'm just tapping onto the home button's fingerprint sensor with that little sapphire ring around it. And it's vibrating. Alright, now adjust my grip, so I have to move my, my finger around or the phone around. Now I can use my thing to, create my passcode. It wants me to use it for the App Store and things. Set up iCloud keychain. I use iCloud security code. And I'll do that. Put in my security code. Verification code. Enter. Blah. My code was received. There you go. I would like it. Let's see. There's standard, which looks like that, or zoomed. Yeah, definitely going with standard. And then get started. Restoring apps and media. And there you go. My background is kind of broken, but it is there. I've got, let's see, GarageBand, and iMovie, and iTunes U, and Keynote, and Numbers, and Pages all set up. But if I go in here, I'm going to change my background for this. This phone is great, obviously. That in, there's the home screen, it can be whatever you want. You still have the camera feature, you still have Control Center, which looks way better on this bigger phone. Still have Notification Center and stocks and everything like normal, which you can obviously add stuff to now through apps. Then put in my passcode. Actually, I'll try Touch ID. I just went to press the button on the top. There's no top thing. Alright, and then, wow, that works surprisingly well. Now it's currently downloading all my games and apps and things. This is a 64GB phone, so if we check and see how much this actually comes with, I believe it's in about, yes, this comes with 56GB when you buy a 64 version, because it has to actually have the OS in it and everything. And I have 51.8GB available, so I have very little on this phone. I wonder if my pictures are all still here or not. Did I pull those? No, it didn't. That sucks. I'll have to figure out a way to get me those. But yeah, so the display is 4.7 inches across. It's an LED backlit multi-touch display. It's got a resolution of 1334 by 750, 1400:1 contrast ratio, sRGB standard, fingerprint resistant coat on front, and it's got display zoom and the reachability thing, which is that. That's for reaching the top of settings or reaching the top of things, and you're not tapping anything, you're not pressing anything, you're just tapping. So I'm not pressing the button and just tapping on the home button there. It's got the A8 processor with the M8 motion co-processor. It's got 8 megapixel iSight camera with autofocus and f2.2 aperture. This has software image stabilization. Let's see, sapphire crystal lens cover around there. It's got burst mode, tap to focus, panorama. It's even got timer mode. It takes 1080p video at 30 or 60 FPS. It takes slow-mo video at 120 or 240 FPS. It's got true tone flash. Obviously, that's what I showed you earlier, the dual tones there. It's It's got cinematic video stabilization, continuous autofocus video. You can take still photos while recording a video, improved face detection, 3x zoom. FaceTime camera is 1.2 megapixels. 1.2 megapixels. It's a 2.2 aperture. 720p video recording. HDR for photos, videos, improved face detection, burst mode, exposure control. You got the Touch ID. We have Apple Pay. Obviously, that's what the NFC bands are for. So I could, in theory, if I had credit cards, which I don't, I could walk up, scan my fingerprint at the cash register if they have the Apple thingamadoohickey, and I'll take the credit card, and all the information goes through Apple and straight from the bank account, and then the actual clerk never gets any of your information. Obviously, we have FaceTime video calling, we have FaceTime audio calling, Siri, obviously. Let's see how Siri's doing today. How are you today, Siri?
I am well.
There you go. Let's see, talk time of 14 hours on 3G. You have standby time up to 10 days. Internet use up to 10 hours on 3G, up to 10 hours in LTE, and up to 11 hours on Wi-Fi. Video playback up to 11 hours. Audio playback up to 50 hours. Let's see, they have the Touch ID. We have the barometer in it. So that's for, I keep going up there. That's for, your height. The accelerometer, obviously, that controls orientation in apps and things. This is a nano SIM. That's the SIM card tray right there. Got the lightning connector. And yeah, this phone is really, really good. And hooray for Space Gray. I think looks the best. It hides the bands the best, and I love the black screen. Although it is a fingerprint magnet, I love having that all black illusion. Look, there I am, hi, and normal crappy hair. But yeah, so there's not much else to say. I will do a review eventually, but this was just the unboxing and initial setup. And yeah, if you liked it, please don't forget to subscribe for more videos on this iPhone and things. Yeah, I will put this case on it and then review this case in another video. And yeah, I will see you all later. Take care. Bye.
I turn my head to the sky, focus one thought at a time. I do not